Welcome to Imagine That. We have a special gathering today with all my friends. It's almost like a freaking Imagine Music reunion. If you ever came to our music stores at Karma Imagine Music, all the guys that worked at the store are all here today. Give it up for you guys. I'm like, woohoo!
Not to be confused with the Juggalo gathering.
Oh, yeah. No, not like that. All right, man. Thank you for showing up. Let's Imagine That. Of course, our weekly Saturday broadcast of music news and entertainment. We give you guys some CD releases, concert information, the best local music artists that we try to help and support. And this is a really special show. If you can't tell, I'm super excited to have these guys here. I got Scott the Man Crawford, Bill Guffey.
What's up?
I got the boss, Tina Haddon, over there. You got Imagine Mike, always here. Kyle Keller.
Yeah.
Eric Kidd.
Yes, sir.
And look at this. Can you freaking believe this? I have Chris Kirby, Josh Williams, and Richie Huckabee here.
Yep.
Come here, guys. Come here. So they know I actually have friends, and I'm not lying. I just want to, man.
There's Josh.
There they are. Look at that. Oh, God. Oh, man. I swear, it's awesome to have these guys here.
Thank you guys.
Richie's in there doing something.
Richie's nipples.
I got a THO now, actually, from
Hey,
that.
man, getting all excited.
Oh, man.
Kyle, quit it.
I didn't get the feeling my body feeling went
Yeah,
down.
well, we always do that in private later, baby. So,
shoot.
so yeah, man, great time. Like I tell you guys all the time, music is the best medicine. And
Goddamn right.
family and friends are right up there with it. And to have these guys here
Oh, man.
is something that I cannot even put into words. I'm so blessed to have friends through a crazy time I've been going through. But this is the best.
Yes, sir.
Game. Oh, and now we have Kenny Johnson here as well.
Woo!
Oh my God, man. How incredible can this day be?
It just keeps getting better.
Oh, man. It's so amazing to have all these guys here. So, but I don't know, anything special going on this week, guys? Have any fun, I don't know, stories? It's been
Stories
kind
or
of
anything?
kind of a crazy week, you know. I mean,
Yeah, this weather's been wild,
Weather.
man.
Ice.
Indiana weather, ice last night, and now it's 50
Pay
degrees
attention to
out.
what you're saying as far as ice is concerned in Newcastle.
Yeah.
Good point.
We don't want to get anybody too excited about
Frozen
that.
rain.
Frozen rain. Yeah,
Frozen rain.
You need to
People don't know
specify
how to
that.
drive in.
Yeah.
Worst drivers in Newcastle.
Yeah, oh my
Mike's
God.
the best driver. is what
Except
Scott
for
says.
Oh, yeah. He's,
So I've heard.
he's the best Andretti I've ever rode with.
Hey, we're still here, aren't we?
That's true.
Yeah.
We get there fast, but, we're still alive.
I just want to throw a quick PSA out. I tried something new last week. I didn't have my phone out. I just want to let everybody know I'm not just messing around on my phone and not paying attention to Mike. I'm watching. The boss actually gets busy sometimes and can't see what you guys are interacting with on the laptop, so I'm just watching on my phone just so I can see. Like Dave Mitchell's watching already.
Hey, Dave.
Isaac Glow. Sam's watching. Eric Kidd's watching. Hi, Eric. But anyway, I just want to let everybody know. So,
Awesome. Yeah, we appreciate you guys watching the show. Hey, I want you guys all to know it's kind of an interactive thing. The more you guys share, the more you post things, the more better it is. So if you see our stuff, we really appreciate it if you do share and help us out a little bit. That's how it works. And then we'll actually, like I said, have some more interactive things going on here in the next week or two. So you guys can all join in and have a little bit of fun with that. Some more giveaways we're getting ready to do. We got all kinds of music labels donating stuff to us, and some businesses that are starting to join us in this. They're going to be doing some giveaways with us too. So the more you're on, the more we can have more fun with music.
absolutely, man.
And,
Interaction is the best.
It is. It is. So hey, you guys didn't come over here. Come here for a second. Yeah, you.
We got a new guest.
Oh my God.
Get your sexy face over here.
Yeah.
Both
Come over
of
here
you.
and give me a hug, man.
This is a special, special day for all of us, man.
Sit down.
Special day.
These chairs are
Look at
so
this.
fucking comfy.
Very, very dear
I mean,
friends.
how in the world? I mean, to get all these guys together is just amazing to me, and it's the best medicine in the world to get my family and friends and us talk about
And
some
a couple
music.
of hookers.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys don't remember those days. Great local band we all miss dearly.
Yeah, man.
Couple
Those
hookers
are
and an
fun
old
days.
slut.
And a hoe.
Oh, shoot. All right. Well, I appreciate everybody showing up. This is a very special day, and we're gonna talk some fun-loving stories of Imagine Music. Some of the things that that should not be probably said on the line, and it would definitely cannot be used as in a court of law. So,
Yeah, good to have you guys.
And as I've said before, the names will not be changed to not protect the guilty.
Parental advisory.
Yeah, thanks again for coming, guys.
yeah. This is a great day, man. This is awesome. This is
Yeah,
what
it
it's
is,
all
man.
about, man. This is what I dreamed of when we started to this.
Yeah.
You know, to have some bands on here and play, and have some of my best friends come out and talk some music. I mean, it just doesn't get any better than that.
Yeah, you know, Mike had this vision early on, and we always knew it was going to be something special, and it has been very special. And just your guys' interaction has really helped that. Like, it's gotten a lot more attention a lot quicker than we thought.
Yeah.
You know, just bringing friends together. Is
I mean,
just,
thousands upon thousands of people that are joining.
Yeah.
I mean, every week it's just amazing. This is just been a blessing beyond belief. So.
Yeah, it's sometimes intimidating, man. I see some of those numbers. We've got one podcast that's, gosh, like almost 3,000 views. That is insane. But thank you guys for watching so much.
Absolutely.
Well, all right. Like we promise every week, we're going to start with some music news and go through that. So there's so much going on right now. It's a great time to be alive in music.
It is.
So it's hard to even start with any of them because there's so many good ones. But let's dive into this one right here. Obviously, one of the big stories this week was Pearl Jam announced they're having a new album coming out on March 27th. I'm trying to make sure I pronounce this right. Giganton?
Yeah, it's a weird title for them.
Yeah.
Pearl Jam hasn't really done any. They used to be, you know, they used to have a lot of strange things come out. But yeah, I'm not sure. I think you might have pronounced that right, but I haven't actually heard the official pronunciation yet.
Yeah. Obviously, this is on our website, which we post 10, 20 stories every day for you guys to follow.
Oh yeah.
This is really interesting because we were talking about Ticketmaster last week and all the craziness that even Pearl Jam has had it, but look what these fuckers did. They teamed up with Ticketmaster to sell their tickets. It's actually a different and weird new thing. It's called Safe Ticket. Okay. It's a mobile app that you can only buy the tickets on your phone, a phone-only thing. It has a barcode with your ticket that changes every few seconds. And the weird part is it forces you to buy the ticket at face value. And if you want to trade the ticket with a friend or sell it, you can only sell it for face value. You cannot scalp these.
Oh,
so this is the method to the madness with them so that no one can get ripped off with scalpers or anything of the sort.
Or bots.
Yeah, so I mean, this is really pretty freaking cool.
Okay.
But I'm always leery when Ticketmaster's involved, so...
So,
you
the
know.
Ticketmaster app that I have is probably going to be absorbed into that.
Yeah, probably grandfathered into it maybe.
But you'll have to have this Ticketmaster Safe Ticket app to be able to do this.
Yeah, it's a separate app.
Yeah, separate app, so...
What I'm saying is mine will probably be absorbed into it.
Yeah, maybe.
I would make sure of that before you do what you're going to do, though.
Surely the old style, if it's not available, they just won't let you buy tickets that way. So this is Pearl Jam that's doing that?
Yep.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting. It's like their first album since 2006, right?
2014.
14, yeah.
Okay.
13,
I guess it was,
About
yeah.
6-7 years.
I was
Yeah, they have
thinking
one
of a
called
different
Lightning
band
Bolt.
that hadn't put
Yeah,
it
that
out.
was the last Lightning Bolt. So look for that. Yeah, keep tabs on that because you know the tickets will sell out very fast.
Oh, yeah.
So-
Pearl Jam's always great live.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, another big story that I know all my friends are just going crazy about. Rammstein.
Oh, yeah, big news,
Rammstein
man.
is going to be touring the U.S.
Yes.
Been a long time since they've done that.
Yes.
Remember seeing them back in the days, like in the late '90s, and
2001 when I saw them.
I sadly missed them, but I hear that live, like that's one of those bands. I'm honestly not a huge fan of just sitting down and listening to them, but I would go see them live just because the videos I've seen. They just seem like one of those bands.
Yeah.
These guys have
you
all
know,
seen them.
I remember them shooting arrows of fire.
Oh, yeah.
Exceedingly. This was kind of like, to me, when I saw them, because I wasn't a big fan of their music, but I mean, their stage show was incredible.
Oh yeah.
This was kind of was the birth of like Rob Zombie and his shows with all
I
the,
can't
that stuff.
What are you talking about?
That
So-
shock rock genre. Yeah.
You remember-
They're performers, man, and that's, I love it. Like, there's some bands out there that don't need all the theatrics and stuff, but other bands, when they have it, they really have it.
It just adds to the
and
show.
Rammstein's one of those bands. Like I said, I want to go. I think the closest one I saw is maybe in Illinois.
Yeah.
There's not an indie date.
They're saying right now they got California, Texas, Minnesota, Massachusetts, New York, Pennsylvania, Illinois, and Quebec.
Okay, so closest to Indiana would be Illinois. That's not a bad drive. I'm sure it'd be worth it.
No, it would.
Also, on their
me.
website, they're asking you to join. They have like a mailing list, and because they're going to announce other shows, and they say that's
cool.
the best way to keep tabs on this with them, or their internet or whatever. But that's what I read on their website when I did this. So keep tabs on that.
That'll be highly anticipated. So
Yeah,
I'm sure we'll all need tabs because they'll be selling out.
That was so out quick.
We got the guarantee.
Did they announce an opener?
Nope.
Yeah, I don't
Not
think we know yet.
Not
You're
yet.
cool, Josh. That's what we like, man. Interact, buddy.
Yeah. Next, this was really, really weird. And this is what we were talking about with all this music being put on Spotify and all this other stuff. Eminem on Thursday night at midnight dropped a new album
Like that.
with no heads up or
I
anything on
love
this.
when bands do that.
Yeah.
That's twice Eminem's done that.
yeah.
though.
But he dropped that surprise album Thursday night. It's called Music to Be Murdered By. It's
Interesting.
actually a reference to Alfred Hitchcock.
Oh, okay.
From
Okay.
one of his movies back in 1958. Has 20 tracks on it with all kinds of artists on there, Dr. Dre and all the other people that are normally on there.
Awesome.
But it's a very good album from what I got to listen to so far.
Some of these guys and I were talking about it earlier. Saw the video for a song called "The Darkness" off of that album, which was the subject matter that I got out of it was the Las Vegas shooting that had happened. Real strong message. Definitely wasn't my favorite. I'm not a huge rap fan, but I respect it. A good artist is a good artist, and I didn't think it was his strongest work by any means, but still, it was a great message. The video helps explain it very well. Good song. I'm looking forward to hearing the rest of the album.
Yeah.
I think it's amazing that he was able to keep this under the table.
Yeah.
And just like to me, this day and age, like the age of information, it's I don't know how anybody keeps anything a secret anymore. There's very few bands that are able to do so. So accolades to him for doing that.
Yeah. Very
That was
cool.
a big shock.
And like I said, he did it, a few years ago with his album Kamikaze. He did the same thing. It just dropped out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I hope that's good success for him.
I'm sure it will. He's one of the best rappers around, so that's why we definitely have to talk about that.
Oh yeah.
See why?
You wouldn't
I
know.
think he's white. He's an M&M. He's green.
I wasn't sure.
He's an M&M.
I wasn't
He's
sure.
green.
I didn't know
Yeah,
if
he's
there's a white
M&M colored.
The brown ones.
Brown, green, and blue, and yellow. and
And
stuff.
yellow and red.
Oh man.
Hey, we got Tim watching. Sherry Willis watching. What's
Um,
up? Jackie's watching.
Yeah. All right. Next on the list, this
Get
ain't.
well Sam, by the way.
Yeah, get well,
Sorry.
Sam Porter.
Yeah.
He had to cancel his show because he's so bad off.
Oh shoot, man! Sorry to hear that.
Too
Sam.
bad.
Prayers for you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Also, I just bring this up because it's something we seem to be talking about all the time. Megadeth and Lamb of God are rumored to headline the new Mayhem Fest that's coming back this year.
Cool.
That's
Cool.
how-
Miss Mayhem.
Lamb of God, headlined in 2010.
Great.
Megadeth did it the year after that. And I'm just bringing this up because
Here we go. Dave Mustaine.
I'm telling you, Dave Mustaine keeps fucking calling me all the damn time.
Bitch.
He keeps bitching about Crawford, making fun of him and stuff like that.
We're gonna send Crawford to kick your goddamn ass.
Yeah,
And I'll bring Lars with me.
Yeah,
You know, everybody's scared of Lars.
I made the mistake, meeting Dave a long time ago. He pissed me off, and this is a God honest true story.
That is a true story.
I told him that I could see why Metallica kicked his ass out of the band.
I love it. I wish that was on camera.
He started just throwing fists at me, and we had to break the fight up and stuff like that. So now Crawford seems to always want to make fun of him, and he was calling me all the time, threatening to kill both of us. And I'm just trying to warn you that he doesn't know now where you live.
That's
and
fine. That's fine.
I saw where he posted on our website yesterday, a day before. He posted on your Facebook that him shaking a fist and threatening to kick your ass again.
And
So
he's got a little wannabe, little
weird. I think he's trying to look
I
like
didn't
you.
see
a little
that.
bit.
I'm like, hey,
You know?
He's stealing
He
Crawford's
don't want
look.
to come to Newcastle.
hey, when you come over, you're gonna see, my Slayer posters, and you'll be like, hey, that's a real metal band.
He saw Crawford's dancing video last week and got jealous.
Yeah. I think he was like going, why is he not dancing to my music? He was dancing to the Grateful Dead or something.
This
So
one mouse, it'll be hard.
I don't know, but I don't know. He's hot after us, man. I'll tell you.
In all honesty, I'm a big Megadeth fan, and I'll be looking forward to hearing or going to that, hopefully going to that Mayhem. I miss all the festivals. We talk about it a lot. Like, there's no one-day festivals anymore. All the festivals are big 3-day events, and miss all the the Lollapaloozas, Ozfests, all that stuff. So hopefully, man, hopefully it's successful this year, and they'll continue to do it.
I think they're going to try to build it back.
I mean, that's two big name bands.
Yeah.
And the other bands that are popular right about now, they can put on like a Marv.
Oh yeah,
Well,
metal's huge right now.
The other rumor is Slipknot, but I've just heard rumors about that.
Well,
Not
that'd
like
be great.
Megadeth and Lamb God are pretty much, I think, a lock, but
Yeah.
Yeah, Slipknot does have their own Knotfest, and they're doing that boat tour.
Yeah,
we
but that's
talked
what
about.
I read, but
Okay.
that's not been really
Not
said
confirmed.
yet.
That's a lot of ego, but it could
That's
work.
I mean, can you imagine having those three guys? I mean,
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah,
of
I mean
ego.
that's what they need, man. It needs to be, especially
Yeah.
being a comeback year. It needs
Yeah.
to be big, so they better
Yeah.
bring it.
All right, let's get to the next one because this one's probably one of the biggest stories of the week, and I know we all got a lot of opinions about this, and you guys all did too. The Hall of Fame announced their inductees this week. We've been following this a lot. The Hall of Fame is just full of shit anymore.
Right.
It's not the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, so
No.
don't even talk about that anymore. It's the Music Hall of Fame is
Right.
really what they need to change the name to.
Yeah.
A lot of people said that, man.
And I know like Brittany Wright was furious because
I think
Dave Matthews didn't get into it. And but the bands that did were the Doobie Brothers, Nine Inch Nails, Depeche Mode, Whitney Houston, T-Rex, and Notorious Big. They're the ones who got in. The people who did not: Judas Priest, Motorhead, Todd Rundgren, Dave Matthews, MC5, Shaka Khan, and Pat Benatar.
Soundgarden.
Yeah, like
Soundgarden.
I said,
Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't get that one.
then Leslie was also on that section.
So I know you guys got a lot to say about this. And I do too, because we all believe in Motorhead, Judas Priest, maybe even Pat Benatar, Dave Matthews should have got in. Everybody deserves to get in this. I mean, don't get us wrong. I mean, and I don't know who in the fuck is making the rules for this. I mean, if they could sit there and go, hey, we got 5 bands that only get in. Okay, well then we kind of narrow down knowing who and probably what stipulations maybe for those 5 bands. But that's not what happens here. Somebody's just pulling this out of their ass.
Yeah,
And every year it
seems
pisses
that
somebody
way.
off.
Oh, for sure.
Because almost all these bands deserve to get in, and they're just ticking people off.
Yeah.
And making us all hate the Hall of Fame even more most of the time because this is what they do. I don't know. What do you guys?
It almost seems like it's not even worth. Like, what I think is it needs to be like we've all agreed, like called the Music Hall of Fame, and maybe have separate halls, for different genres. But the crazy thing, and a lot of people commented on that post. there is a Country Music Hall of Fame. So
Right.
why do country musicians need to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? And there's also, I believe there's one for rap.
There's a Motown one for sure.
Yeah, Motown. It's just weird. They picked a genre. You know, they decided to call it the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
They gotta be in everything.
So, I mean, you know, we're all fans, you know, like we say all the time, you know, good artists are good artists. But
Yeah, don't get me wrong.
if you're going to throw.
Victorious Big's awesome. I mean, he should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you call it Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, you just need to change the name.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
that would probably save everybody a lot of, you know, comments about, you know, how they think this is becoming so stupid anymore.
I mean,
Right.
you know, on what you just told me, I mean, Depeche Mode, do they deserve to be in? By far,
Yeah.
for sure. They've been around forever, and they're an amazing band.
I was happy about them getting in.
9 Inch Nails, of course, Trent's a genius.
Yeah, that's
Deserves
well
it.
deserving.
To shun Judas Priest
That's just.
chaps my ass, man.
Yeah,
so
all of
bad.
ours.
Yeah.
Yes. Judas
That's-
Priest.
the whole room
that's,
agrees
that's
with
the
that.
one that got me more than any of them.
I know.
Yeah.
And there's some other bands that I'm sure we could all. Yeah, my thing with like Josh commented and just said, Soundgarden.
Grunge music.
I'm
way back
okay.
from the 80s.
I'm okay with them waiting a little
All
bit.
Those bands that came from Seattle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean there could. Yeah, the whole
that
Seattle
Singles
grunge
movie.
scene.
It was all in the different bands. And all that together.
Bullshit.
Yeah,
All
bullshit.
the
I
awards, it's just like people's choice awards. All the awards. Fuck all them people.
Yeah, I feel like with Soundgarden, like I'm kind of okay with them waiting a little bit because I don't want to feel like they're just doing it because of Chris's death.
Yeah.
Same way with
I
Lemmy, you know,
know.
give it some time, but they definitely deserve to be there and they better get in there eventually. And same could be said for many, many other bands, but they need to just go ahead and suck it up and call it the Music Hall of Fame because
Yeah, I know.
The reason why I think they don't is I think they think Music Hall of Fame doesn't have the same
Ring to
cachet.
yeah, I guess it. Everything's subject, and rock and roll could be, you know, the definition could be subject to anything, and you know, you could just say like that's rock and roll, man. You know, just anybody that puts on a big show or whatever. So, but still, man, like I said, there's a Country Music Hall of Fame, you know, so let the country musicians be there. You know, let us have our thing, but I don't know, whatever, man. I think it's just.
That's the
Like
big-
Mike said,
Hall of
man, it
Fame is
just
the Hall of Fame, man. If you like the bands, they're good, they're great.
that's
And-
the main reason I still have yet to visit the place
Yeah.
because
It seems like
It's
these
awesome
past-
place.
I'm
Yeah,
sure-
I would go,
It's
and I'm
great
sure
to
I would
see.
enjoy it, but it's just frustrating the way
It-
that they handle
It
this.
seems like the past 2 years they've been trying to get the 80s goth bands in. You got The Cure last year.
which is fine.
That's cool, yeah.
Fucking
well
great. I
deserved.
love The Cure.
Right.
Depeche
But
Mode.
this year they do Depeche Mode, so I think they're trying to get those bands in.
On a positive
Well, and I
side,
think they're doing the rap bands a lot too now. I mean,
yeah, which is weird.
every year they
Um,
have somebody like that.
This
They
is
gotta-
one
they gotta
thing.
get everything.
I saw this. One last thing on that. They were talking. They were taking a poll for who should induct 9 Inch Nails, and this ties into an old story like 4 or 5 shows ago. Mike was talking about these holographic concerts, and there's a Netflix series called Black Mirror that has an episode with Miley Cyrus,
Yep.
and she does a cover of a 9 Inch Nails song.
Yep.
She already
It's-
inducted Joan Jett.
It's okay, but I do not want to see her induct Trent Reznor, 9 Inch Nails, into the Hall of Fame.
No.
But she had the most votes out of all the other people that could have. Shoot, I can't think of. I should have wrote some notes on that. I forget who some of the other names
It's
were.
probably
but-
because all damn millennials are on the internet all the time. and
It
that's
should
what
be
it's like.
Manson.
That's
They
what
go
I'm
to Bonnaroo and
Yeah.
watch it right
Yeah, it
after
should be
school.
Manson.
Manson
It's
Manson
gotta-
was one of the names
it's
on
gotta
there,
be
but
fucking Manson.
for some
Yeah.
reason he didn't have very many votes.
But he inducted the Cure in
Well,
last year before, so I could
There
see
would
maybe
be
they're
no-
trying to get maybe
Somebody different.
Try to make
I've
the
also
Cure do it.
I've also seen
Yeah, it's time.
people throwing Al Jorgensen around.
Al Jorgensen. Okay, I think that
He's
was
the one
another
who
name.
made Trent Reznor.
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
made him famous. You know,
he was in the band before they started.
I put effort into being
Oh,
optimistic, and you know, make fun of me all you want. I do appreciate Miley for some of the stuff that she does. She was off the rocker for a while, but she seems to be doing better with that. But
She
I
already
just do
inducted
not.
Joan Jett.
I just do not think
She can
she
cover on a cock.
needs to be inducting a band like.
She's been riding a daddy in Disney's fucking coattails for so long.
I
Yeah,
disagree
you're
with
right.
that. She made a career for her dad.
Yeah.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
Well,
Um,
this is
but-
definitely going sideways. If we're talking about fucking Miley Cyrus, we need to
But-
get on.
Yeah, we need to move on for sure, man.
One point
Like I said, it's
She's gonna
something
be
I'm
a
not
Bonnaroo,
happy about
man.
it.
You
Yeah.
can watch her right after Tool.
Yeah, which is odd. Yeah, Bonnaroo. Yeah, she's
One-
playing.
one
Yeah,
point
that'll be
They should put
interesting.
her on, in before Tool.
One point I do want to
Oh
make
shoot.
is that Manson should be the one to induct, because there would be no Marilyn Manson without 9 Inch Nails.
Yeah, because Trent
Oh, yeah.
discovered him.
Oh,
for
yeah.
Sure. Well, not
Right.
discovered him, but
Right.
catapulted him to what he became.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Damn it, Kyle! I told you to quit touching yourself while we're on fucking TV.
Ministry made 9 Inch Nails.
Oh, my
9 Inch
God.
Nails made.
This band begat
I'm gonna
that
go blind.
band.
I already did, that's why I put these back on. I need my cane.
Sam
Oh,
wants
my
to know
God.
what shirt Kyle's wearing today. I don't know
Oh,
if I
Faster-
see that on.
Faster
I'm wearing
Pussycat
my
Kill
Faster
Kill.
Pussycat shirt.
Not the band. Faster Pussycat Kill Kill Kill. It's an old
He's
cult
seen
movie.
this shirt before, Crawford.
Yeah, he's
I'm for the other people.
I'll tell you, if nothing else, Kyle has some damn killer shirts. I'll
He
tell
does,
you.
man. He does.
That's all it's worth.
We got some great shirts
Yeah.
in the room today, man. Great shirts.
What
We're all
size
sporting.
you wear?
All right, let's get back to the next
Anyway,
story.
moving on. Moving
Wheeler.
on.
What?
Hey, my buddy Joe Griffin's watching. Joe, what's up, man? Hope you're doing good, brother.
Joe.
Me and Eric's here.
Guys, fine.
Okay.
All right, next story. This week they had the Dime Dash,
Oh
which
my
is a
gosh.
tribute to Dimebag Darrell and Vinnie Paul. There was an annual kind of barbecue thing they did on Thursday night in Santa Ana, California. Kind of a long-running event, is kind of a tribute to the Pantera and those guys.
They should have invited Scott.
Yeah, they should.
Yeah, they've been doing Dime Dash for several years. It seems like it just keeps getting bigger and bigger each year.
Yep.
The only thing I've seen, I saw a snippet of all the people that were there doing a version, which I don't know why they were doing this. They were doing Sepultura's Roots.
Yeah.
But the one person I recognized more than anybody was Dave Grohl. They had like single drums out on the stage, and they were doing the drum part. And Dave Grohl was just
Well, they had
he was killing that drum.
they had Dave Grohl, Anthrax, Sebastian Bach, Lita
Yes.
Ford. Did like a 3-hour kind of set,
Dave
you
Grohl's
know,
an asshole.
and it seemed like it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I want to see the rest of that. I hope it's all.
a great all-star jam for to
Celebrate the
celebrate
memory.
those guys. You
They-
know, I mean,
Two lives that are definitely
I
worth
believe
celebrating.
They did the Sepultura song because it was one of the first times both versions of Sepultura had been on stage together.
Really? Okay.
The
Yeah, the current version, which is not
the
no original members.
Cavalieras with
Yeah.
the
Cowboys.
Eric
Very-
Grayson and
yeah,
yeah.
both
Okay.
bands were up
So,
there.
Yeah.
Cool,
it's
man.
pretty cool.
But yeah, I
I
hope
like-
that the rest of that's online somewhere. I want to see the rest of it. Like I said, it seems like it keeps getting bigger and bigger each
Yeah,
year, and
really.
it was all-star cast. Even though Josh says he's not a fan of Dave Grohl, you can't deny, man, he's a great musician. He
Yeah.
does a lot of great things for music. He is conceited.
I remember going to see the Foo Fighters like when they first
Shave
started.
the beard, look like Lance Morissette.
Up the Egyptian room, and they did that song where the videos, they show the memento candies.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And oh my God, they started throwing mementos all over the whole Egyptian room up there. It's getting pelted by these fucking little candies.
Wow.
I mean, it was like thousands of them. I don't know who in the heck thought that through, but when he started playing that song, they just threw these memento candies all
They,
over the
They
place.
get
have
knocked
been
out.
doing that to him for years.
That must have been a long
He-
time ago.
He
if they
set
were
a
in the
pack on
Egyptian room.
fire once.
It
I brought
was.
a Coke can there.
Yeah. So
Yeah, and that's another band. I'm not a huge Foo Fighters fan, but man, every time I've seen people post live videos or
great.
seeing them,
Uh,
they're a great live
first
band.
album.
I would go live.
the guy's always in a great
a
mood.
good-
After that.
A good friend of mine and Bill's, Frank Mecklenburg, is a
Oh, yeah.
huge fan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huge fan.
Yeah, I could see that. Frank, he was a great drummer back in the day. I'm sure he still is. If you're watching, Frank, what's up, dude?
Yeah. All right. Next on the list, I bring this up because there's a reason why. But Chester Bennington's band, his pre-Linkin Park band, called Gray Days. Released the single finally. It's on our website. You can follow. It's called What in the Eye. This is very cool because of this reason. Him and his wife and these guys got together, and they're going to put all the money to mental health. So anything that's being raised that they do for this album that they're kind of releasing, they remastered, and it's Chester singing one of their old songs, and they kind of redid it a little bit. It's really pretty cool if you listen to it on our website. But the cool thing about it is, considering what happened with Chris Cornell and him, all the money is going to help the mentally challenged and people with suicide issues. Which, if you live here in this area, that's been a massive problem.
Absolutely, it has. It is
Shenandoah
everywhere.
and Anderson here lately. So anything for those guys to do for that cause is amazing.
Yeah, it's a great cause to support.
So it's you kind of get a little bit of goosebumps when they play this track, and think about what a great guy. I've seen these guys so many times in concert, and it's pretty sad to think that he's gone. So
I that's another band I was never a huge fan of, but of course after he passed, their music blew up, and I started listening to it a little closer, and I think it was one of those situations where if you paid attention to the lyrics, I think he was crying out for help.
Right.
But it's one of those things, people don't always take it as serious as it needs to be taken, but mental health is a very serious issue.
Oh yeah,
and for them to be supporting it,
especially around here,
if people don't deal with it themselves, everybody has somebody close to them that deals with it. So I think it's an issue that everybody, struggles with, and sometimes afraid to talk about it.
Right.
So it's good to raise awareness for it.
Yeah.
I haven't listened to that.
Kudos
yet,
to those guys.
Man.
I mean, they could try to be cashing in with his death, but they're not. They're helping them out. So that's an awesome cause.
Right, man. So support that.
All right. I don't think it'd be a show without us talking about Ozzy Osbourne like we do. He's doing so much stuff right now.
Speaking of,
but kind of a cool thing.
He looks more like a special needs Jerry Garcia.
I'm gonna fuck you up, Carl. I'm gonna fuck you
You
up.
kind of like Jerry a little bit there.
Yeah, when I first saw Scotty had his sunglasses
There you
on,
go.
I originally said Ozzy, but they hit the nail on the head.
Oh, fuck that.
Hey, easy now.
Gotcha, yeah, that's
Jerry,
Oh, I love
Jerry,
the dead.
Jerry
Don't
was
get me
awesome.
wrong. I love the
You
dead.
guys are usually making fun of my hair.
You just
and
don't wanna-
everything instead, but
Hell, my hair the other night I looked like Frankenstein. It was like blockhead.
I think I figured this out. The wet hair look. Do you have Italian in you?
yeah,
Lord
maybe.
have mercy. Leave it to Kyle.
Yeah.
We talked about that
Mike
last
Patton.
week. Remember, it's the
Not
something
Mike
about
Patton.
Mary special hair gel.
I'm not trying to be racist.
That can't be bought in
I
stores,
live
by the
the
way.
Scarface life, so if you fuck with me, I'm gonna kill you. You know.
Hey, man! Wow, this
Wow.
took a dark turn.
I didn't
Death
come up with
threats.
those fucking banana boat.
We were talking about the Grateful Dead. Went straight to
Yeah,
murder.
I know. Well, yeah,
Anyway.
it's Kyle. What do you expect?
Columbia.
Where did that story begin? I don't even know what.
Well, we're talking about
Ozzy.
Ozzy!
Yeah, we're talking
Lord
about
have
Ozzy.
mercy, we got off track. Where's the boss?
He's doing a new.
Done said, move
He's doing a new documentary, a biography. It's called 9 Lives of Ozzy Osbourne. That's kind of fitting, isn't it?
It should
Oh,
be like
you know it.
27
Yeah,
lines
no
of Ozzy.
shit. It's going to premiere in the spring at the South by Southwest Festival.
Cool.
The film was done by A&E, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
can't wait, of
Part of
course.
its biography series.
that'll be interesting.
You know,
Anything's Ozzy.
it's basically celebrating his whole life.
Good.
The Godfather of Metal. It's going to
yeah.
feature interviews, with Sharon, Rick Rubin, Ice-T,
Yeah.
Marilyn Manson, Rob Zombie, Jonathan Davis, Post Malone. His son Jack Osbourne is, making it and producing it, because of all the stuff.
Zach will be on it, I'm sure.
Rick Rubin too, man. One
Uh,
of the greatest producers I think of all time.
Oh, Rick Rubin, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm happy that he's doing it now while he's still living, so he can participate in it.
Yeah.
Get out of all of us.
Yeah, no shit. He's like Keith Richards or something, you know.
You know, it's funny. Josh is over here, you know, talking shit about Sharon. Mike's got that, you know, that story where, you know, how Sharon was like Medusa. Mike was fortunate enough to meet Ozzy and Sharon.
But she was good to him.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you that story again because somebody might not say it. No? All right, I'm not going to get into it. I got to meet Sharon and Ozzy, and man, I'm telling you, Sharon is the boss.
Yeah, scroll back. It's
no doubt that
probably-
she is in charge.
No shit.
probably
You
like
know, and
3
you do
or
not
4.
fuck with Sharon Osbourne, or you will regret it.
Fuck
That's
her.
all
I think
gotta say.
she's a powerful woman. I mean, you can't
Yeah.
deny that. Like probably
Yeah.
3 or 4 podcasts ago, Mike told that
Oh,
story.
God, she-
And thank you
Um,
for
And that's
twice.
what all you
Yeah.
fuckers need is a powerful woman.
You got that right.
I've got
Yeah.
one.
Here.
Behind every man.
That's why I'm the boss.
Yeah, she's the boss. All right, another really cool story that everybody seemed to really like. The Beastie Boys
Oh, yeah.
are going to release a documentary from Spike Jones.
Okay.
On
good.
April 13th, it's going to be in the IMAX theaters and stuff like that.
Awesome.
And then on the 24th, they're going to release it to the Apple TV Plus.
Rick Redmond used to be their
Yeah,
DJ.
yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
He produced License to Ill.
Well, Spike Jones, I didn't know this, but he directed the Sabotage video that they did,
Which is great video. Great video.
yeah, which was really cool. And he is going to be in charge of this and putting out a documentary of one of the greatest,
Oh, man.
rap bands. I mean, we talked Eminem, but I would, I'd give
Oh,
my thumbs
yeah.
up to Beastie Boys before
Oh,
any
yeah,
other.
yeah.
They're much
They
more
were-
than rap.
They play
Yeah.
instruments.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
were one of
yeah.
the first like bands. Period. I was exposed to. I mean,
They were
Incredible in
first.
concert.
Oh, yeah.
they were like
punk.
probably
before.
the first band to mix rap and metal, which was
Yeah,
uh,
They were punk
probably
band
responsible for
before they
Rick
Yeah.
Rubin.
Punk band.
Slayer,
Yeah,
Kerry
Two
King
Earth, Dead
played
Kennedys.
in 2 of those songs. Yeah, they sampled music from.
They
Yeah, well,
toured the Dead Kennedys and stuff back then.
no, they
before-
toured with them.
before they became more.
Yeah, more famous.
Well,
Um,
like Bill's saying, Rick Rubin produced License to Ill and Rain and Blood the same year at the same time, and that's why Kerry happened to be in the studio, so he went and played on Fight for Your Right and No Sleep
Yeah.
in Brooklyn.
Yeah, those leads, those
So-
guitar leads that you hear in those songs, I say it every time I hear that. I know like people get tired of me, like if I'm listening to it because I'm such a Slayer fan. But if you watch that video, the Fight for Your Right video,
Kerry's in it.
you'll see Kerry King and he had hair,
Yeah.
which is
He was starting
odd
to look like
see.
Kyle, but he had hair.
Well, also, this is interesting too. All those guys with Spike Jones are going to collaborate to put an unreleased film called "We Can Do This." So the
Okay.
Beastie Boys and Spike Jones are, after this documentary, have made a movie,
Oh,
and they're not really letting you know about what this movie is yet. But they've collaborated to do a
Okay.
movie that's going to be coming out called "We Can Do This."
I'm
So,
sure it'll be epic.
Sure.
yeah, man, that's just incredible. I mean, we miss those guys. After what was it, Adam Dean
Adam Yelk.
Yeah.
died.
Yeah.
So it's,
Yeah, that was tragic,
Yeah.
man.
yeah, really sad. So that would have been kind of cool, I think.
I got to see the Beastie Boys live, '94 Lollapalooza. My
Yeah,
gosh,
I
man!
did.
Talk about bands
That
with
is great.
high energy. Man, they had the whole all of Deer Creek, we still call it. It was back then. Just everybody was into it. Like
Yeah.
I think people of all genres can get into that band. The Beastie Boys. I think we all,
You know
can
what?
find something
I think we could get him kick his
that we
fucking
like. Yeah. Kyle's treading on thin ice.
Listen. My friend Chris Curry come up with an idea I was supposed to run by the guys, and I forgot to do it. I think now's a good time. He said at the end of the show, especially if we have guests, we take a vote to see who just gets to kick the shit out of Kyle at the end of our show.
I was about to make a very good point.
Me,
That-
because I have to put up with all
That's
you
probably
assholes.
true.
I love you, Tina. Point
First.
that the Beastie Boys are still having an impact today.
Oh yeah.
A few years ago, I was sitting at the breakfast table with my niece, and she started singing "All I Really Want Is Girls," and she's fucking 11.
Oh, okay.
I'm
I'm
like,
not sure
where
how
the fuck
appropriate
did
that
you
is for
hear
an
that?
11-year-old, but hey, I know there for a while they
Oh, so
they got into
fine.
like the whole freedom of
Hey,
Tibet
that's my niece.
movement,
I know. I'm just
and they
saying
kind
as
of
a
quit
you.
playing some of their older
Not
stuff.
you, not her.
But still, man, you can't deny those classics. Beastie Boys, man, it's a great band.
Yeah, absolutely.
And looking forward to that documentary. That's going to be
Yeah.
awesome.
Progressed.
And then the
big time,
movie
every
coming
album-
up.
Every album they just progressed.
Yeah.
It did.
All right, next on the list, we kind of mentioned this before, but Slipknot's Corey Taylor wrote a script for a horror movie that is getting ready to start kind of making shape. The vocalist is shopping the script around right now to some investors. He hired Tom Savini,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Yeah.
which is,
Greatest special effects
Yeah.
artist ever.
Really?
And
Yeah.
a very nice guy.
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
He's never made me pay for an autograph.
no, that's cool.
Well, good for him.
But I after I saw that name that Savini was involved, I mean
That's
Is that a big name in
Oh,
special
yes.
effects?
Yeah,
Okay.
that
Oh, yeah.
could
He
really
is
make
the
things.
name.
Well, good.
He
You
is
know,
the
I-
man.
Practical special effects.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you do?
Yeah. What's some of his?
Friday the 13th.
Okay.
From Dusk Till Dawn.
Dusk Till Dawn.
The '80s ones are endless, man.
I was just wondering.
Yeah. Me too. Yeah.
Maniac.
Yeah. There's.
He blew his own head off in Maniac,
Yep.
and that was just the most beautiful effect I've ever seen.
Hey, this could be like the start of something. Like I was such a big fan of Rob Zombie's early films, but I kind of feel like Rob's getting kind of lazy with his plots, and I haven't been such a big fan of his recent films. So now that Corey's going to start, maybe that'll kickstart Rob. Rob might have some competition.
Yeah.
You know.
And
And I think this collaboration also started because Corey did go to Tom Savini to design his new milk jug. Mask.
Which
Yeah,
is
that's right.
lame.
I read that too.
I hope that his special effects for the movie's better than that mask.
Well, they will. They will be.
I hope.
you guys would know Tom Savini from Dusk Till Dawn. He was actually in the movie.
Yeah, I said that.
Which character?
What character was it?
Sex shooter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Guy his.
Yeah, that's why I remember.
We don't need
Dust Till
visuals.
Dawn.
Well, it's a six shooter, no pun intended.
We were talking about kind of a blank shooter, but
Well, I
And
don't.
if Elvis is watching, big Tom Savini fan
Yeah.
also.
Absolutely.
that's why I put that
Cool.
out, because I knew when he announced that Savini would be involved, it's going to be really good.
Yeah.
Also, Corey's got a solo album that'll be coming out here not too far away.
Awesome,
too.
man. Awesome.
So,
Monkey
something
Jack
else.
is streaming us live in their store. Thank you for
Oh,
that.
yeah, cool. Thanks,
Yep, thank
Aaron,
you.
Zach, whoever's doing it.
Aaron. All right. Let's
You must
see.
be bored.
Appreciate
Just kidding.
Well, let me stay on this page. Also, just kind of shout out because we've had so many illnesses with people, but Brett Michaels revealed that he had skin cancer, and the guy already has diabetes and stuff like that, and I guess he had a real scare with that this week, and I'm wondering how that might affect. If it will affect the Poison, Motley Crue,
Oh,
and
yeah.
all that thing.
No, not at all.
I mean, I don't. He says it's not, but I mean,
Okay, hopefully.
the
not.
guy is, man, he's just falling apart all of a sudden. With diabetes, skin cancer. He had shoulder surgery just a week or so ago. I mean, the guy is just.
Had his melon busted wide open a few years ago too.
Oh,
Stage
yeah?
fright.
I mean,
He always seems like kind of a diva, so I assume he probably tries to take
He's
pretty good
actually
care of
really.
himself.
I met
so
him. He's a really, really nice guy. He does
Awesome,
not
man.
take anything for. He's very. He does
Humble.
not take. Yeah, very humble. He does not take any of that for granted.
Yeah, I didn't mean that negative.
Too bad
Being a
it
diva,
looks
like I said,
like
he seems like he's very health
Yeah,
conscious,
he's
and
a very nice guy.
I always laugh. He always wears that bandana. Even on that. I don't watch it, but that Rock of Love show.
That keeps his
Frank
brain.
Beatty watches it,
It's a great
and
show.
he'll be dating girls, and he still has that bandana on. I'm like, does he wear that to bed?
It's
Like,
'cause he's bald.
I know. He,
Bald.
bless his heart, man. He's not the prettiest guy without it, but
Yeah, he's.
Now back in the day, he was beautiful. So
Well, yeah.
he's still not a bad looking guy.
Hey,
None of
I
us
thought-
are as young as we used to be.
at '86, I thought that was a band of girls. Like I was like, man, she is hot. Then I heard him talk, and I've been fucked
You
up
got
ever
even
since.
hotter for
Now
him.
you have.
I think I remember a Lars story about seeing them back in the the L.A. Whiskey A Go Go days and thinking, hey, who's those chicks? And then they started chasing him, and he realized it was dudes. And he said the only reason he was able to outrun them was because they had high heels on and he had high tops.
That was actually Motley Crue.
Oh, okay, my
But,
bad.
yeah.
I got him mixed up.
The
But
same
still, funny
story.
story. Yeah,
Same
yeah,
story, yeah.
yeah. But man, hopefully he's doing all right. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't read the article, but it said just a scare. So hopefully that means that it healed up.
I mean, Brett's a legend regardless of what you think about
Mike's
his
cooking
music.
something up.
Uh-oh.
Well, you know, the guy's sick, so I was just waiting for your fucking ass to make fun of him or something.
I just said he's a legend regardless of what you think about his music. I personally like it. I love
I mean, we already got fucking Celine Dion. We have James
Fuck
Taylor.
Fuck him.
We got Dave Mustaine.
Fuck
actress, and now I was just waiting for you to get Bret Michael to come after
But
us.
You
Now.
know what? All we gotta do is look at the camera wrong, and Aaron Lewis will probably want to fight
That
us.
shit's up in your mouth.
Oh my God.
Just don't complain about what current album he's toured.
America. That's all I'm saying.
Talking about guys that were pretty in the 80s,
Thank you.
Stephen Piercy was the prettiest one.
No.
Oh,
Anyway.
I don't know who that
You
is.
shut your
Rat.
fucking mouth.
Singer rat.
Shut up, Kyle.
Shut up, Kyle!
See, we all love.
I swear I'm
messing
gonna
with Kyle.
quarrel with
get
you.
shirts made that just say "Shut up, Kyle." Yeah, I'm
Look,
kidding.
it's my house.
All right.
Next,
Oh,
man.
while we were talking about Corey Taylor and stuff a minute ago, if you guys didn't see, I posted this on there. It was really kind of weird and interesting. Slipknot made a 20-minute short video called "Pollution."
Still haven't watched.
That we posted on there. It's really a wild ass video with it's really pretty freaking cool if you get a chance to watch it on the side. So
Was it done by Sean Cran?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
clown.
It was? Okay, he does everything
So,
they
um,
do.
Too
if
bad
you're a
they
Slipknot
can't make
fan,
it
you're
out.
gonna check it out.
What's the name of it?
Pollution.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Their
Um,
last two albums have sucked.
I like him, man.
Yeah,
Kyle doesn't like anything except Rush and bad porn. So
yeah, and gay guys.
Some of the bigger, like heavier metal heads haven't liked the new direction Slipknot goes. But you know, being a fan of, you just have to be optimistic.
Yeah,
You know, not every album's going to be balls to the wall, angry, screaming.
And they're 50 now. I mean, they're 50 now.
yeah.
So,
You know, emotions change,
What's
man.
that?
Music changes.
Sounds the same.
Slayer guys are in their 60s.
Slayer ain't human.
Yeah, really.
Hey, Slayer, Slipknot. I mean,
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
You know, like I said, music evolves.
And like we've said on our drummer show, I mean, Jay Weinberg stepped into some big shoes to fill Joey's spot. and
Great job.
He done phenomenal, in my opinion.
Great job.
Absolutely, man.
Did you guys see that
Follow
when
like
Joey's gonna
sun.
come back as a percussionist?
I didn't
saw
see
a
that,
rumor about
man.
it.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, good.
That's
Slipknot's got like
getting
20
still
percussionists.
Right,
I like that though,
Time to
man.
take Chris, what's his face's place?
Maybe. Yeah.
Tortilla man.
All right,
Just
cool,
glad to
man.
see
That's a
you.
good,
Yeah,
good tidbit. Yeah, thanks,
Yeah.
man. Cool. So we'll be looking forward to that.
All right, I'm gonna go through this stuff before I go into the next stories. I got some other really good stories, but there was so much, some concerts and some new music that we announced and we put on the page. I'm telling you guys, if you're not following our page and you're into music, you are
Mm-hmm.
out in left field right now because there's so much stuff that got released. First of all, Joe Satriani is getting ready to release a new album in the spring called Shapeshifter.
Awesome.
That's going to be something really big. He's actually also going to do a 42-date tour, start April 1st.
Cool.
And like I said, that album comes out here like I think on April 18th or something like that.
Anybody that's a fan of guitar players,
Hopefully
yeah.
he
check
has
Joe Satriani. He's like one of the
Marco
masters.
Minnemann
You
playing
know,
for him.
legend.
Legend for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Living legend.
Also,
Anyone can.
this is really cool. I know Adam Kitchell freaked out. Steely Dan is going to be touring and will be at Deer Creek this year with Steve Winwood.
Nice, man. They're one of the.
I've seen
prog
them in
rock
concert
pioneers.
before, actually. They are incredible for the type of music they do. This will probably be the only time you'll ever get to see them. So if you want to see them,
Yeah.
you better grab this one. That's going to happen really
Yeah.
quick.
Their,
Like I said, prog rock pioneers, man.
their Asia album is one of the greatest mixes of jazz
Yeah.
and rock.
Yeah.
It's
Awesome,
incredible. I know I have a friend, Jennifer Morrow, who's a big, huge Bon Jovi fan, and Bon Jovi and
Yeah.
Brian Adams are going to be touring here this summer. So
I
that's
think it's
gonna
been
be
a while
big.
since Bon Jovi's been around. He's got that indoor football league. I think he got into making films for a while, so that'll be a big comeback.
The cool thing I love about him, he opened a bunch of restaurants,
Yeah.
mainly in Boston and stuff, and basically all the food is free for like a lot of the homeless
Yep.
Oh,
and
neat.
things like that. The guy's got a genuine heart to really do
Can't do that.
and
Stay away from the
use his stardom to do things for good for people. It's amazing.
What, Josh? Who did you say is coming live? What did you say? Soul
Mike
Coffee?
Daughtry,
Huh?
that Mike Daughtry for the singer for Soul Coffee.
Okay, that's a live concert
I
coming up.
love them.
He's
They're
going to he
great.
sings all their songs.
Oh, so called.
It's not actually
great.
going to be called Soul Coffee. It's just his name,
What's his name again?
Mike Daughtry.
Mike Docking?
Daughtry. It's like
Okay,
DOUGHTY.
Okay, so we'll be. Is that
It's like
soon?
$20.
Where at?
Hi-Fi.
Oh,
Hi-Fi.
yeah,
That's
wow.
a great venue.
That'd
Do
be
you know the
So
date?
like $20.
You know
Wow.
the date?
That'd be awesome. Well, go to Hi-Fi on Facebook. It'll be on there.
Yeah. So that's just another one.
It's like
Um,
15 minutes from my house.
It's not. It's coming up here real soon.
Okay, we'll be looking into that.
Jason
Thank you.
Aldean and Brett Young are going to be coming to Deer Creek.
Okay,
That's something.
Lance.
This is kind of interesting. 90s. I know Bill put this on there. The Bare Naked Ladies, June
Yeah.
Blossom, and Toad the Wet Sprocket are going to be touring this summer too.
Yeah, I wasn't big fans of those bands.
Oh,
in the
I love
90s,
Toad
but
the Wet Sprocket. And
I
June
never
Blossom.
listened to them a lot. I guess they had one radio
They are-
song, but
They're one of the, I believe they're one of the bands that kind of helped a lot of the alternative sound in the 90s. But
now I was a Jim Blossoms fan. I know I'll get made fun of
Michael?
for that, but
They were cool, man.
Mike
Yeah,
also
I know.
has
Cool.
Blues Traveler's tattoo.
yeah, right.
Since you like queer music.
hey,
Well, like you don't.
I like. Yeah, I'm a big fan of theirs.
Also, we put this on there, and you can listen to it. Avenged Sevenfold released a new song called "Set Me Free." It's been a little while since they had something new, but they got new music. We put that on our website. You can listen to.
Yeah, they get a bad rap, but man, they're a great band. Great live.
There's
Yeah.
a reason for that, Bill.
Yeah, I know. They're kind of cliche and
I don't get them at all.
yeah.
Sounds up and up.
I guess
Fuck.
They're kind of like in the metal scene. They're kind of like a
that show.
Nickel Biscuit.
yeah. They get a bad rap, and you know, I mean, they do their own thing, man.
I
They got a
call
big
it
following.
I call
So.
it puss metal.
Puss
Yeah.
Metal. Oh my God.
Puss metal.
There's also
Gonna be
puss
Brown
punk.
County.
Yeah, Willie Nelson's gonna be Brown County. He already sold out.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, he's one of those guys, man. He's like 80. Gosh, I think he's like 87 years old.
Yeah, he's almost
There
Uh,
were pictures at the Brown County. The line was a freaking mile long to get tickets for that show.
Oh
I mean,
my
it was
gosh.
unbelievable.
He was just at Deer Creek. Our friend Rachel Upchurch went to that show and said he was freaking amazing.
Yeah,
Still to this day. So
yeah, I bet.
see him while you can. Well, I guess it's sold out. So
Yeah, tough
good luck
there.
getting tickets.
Also, this is very interesting. Ice-T and his band Body Count are releasing an album with Hatebreed, Slayer, Evanescence, all coming out in March.
Man, that's a huge lineup.
It's like their
Big names.
seventh album. I can't believe it. And they've been together 30 years. If you can believe that.
Saw them 2 summers ago. They put on a great live show.
Yeah, they put on
They
a good
were
show.
at Rock on the Range, right? Yeah. I missed their performance, unfortunately.
They were promoting their covers album, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's songs on the website
Really
there
highly
if you guys
spread
want to listen to it.
Yeah, scroll
I
through,
like
you'll
that
find it.
back in the day.
Also, they confirmed that the Boondock Saints 3 movie is going to be put out. That's incredible movies. I mean, if you're into the guns and all that stuff, violence, but the first 2 are awesome, and they're going to make a 3rd movie, and it's
Same 2 cats.
yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
Cool.
That second movie is just a downer for me.
Really? Well,
Shut up,
hopefully this will
fuckface.
revive it.
What movie?
You get the reference?
Boondocks.
Yeah, but
Yep.
it was just not as
Just
well.
shut it up.
They waited 20 years.
Who cares, man?
Hey, patience is a
Everybody's
virtue.
doing that.
Kyle just likes to
When was
bitch
the last
about
time
everything.
Quarantine
know.
was putting out that movie?
I loved the original movie, and
Hey, you know what happened to the last guy that used to bitch about everything that we had? Watch it.
Yeah. Me and my slick
Name's
back
not
there
Bill.
and buried his ass in my backyard.
I probably shouldn't have admitted that.
Oh, shit.
Just
I,
saying.
it was my fault. I'm just kidding. Really, I wouldn't.
Shovels in there.
I'm sorry, Master. I'll be good.
Yeah. Right. All right. Also, Foreigner, Kansas, and Europe are touring together this summer. That's interesting.
That'll be a good one. Fuck.
Yeah, really.
Kansas.
Foreigner, Kansas.
Sorry.
Awesome, dude. That's a big.
Europe is in like Final Countdown yet?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, dude.
That'll be a good
Nobody
show.
can deny that freaking keyboard
I love them.
segment of that song is just.
Countdown.
Yeah,
They-
dude, that song. Yeah,
they
that's a
are-
classic,
So we're gonna
man.
be singing to Kyle when I bury him in the yard.
They could just play that song for their whole set, you know, and I'd be happy.
They get a bad rap, but
Because,
they
one hit
mix the
wonders.
progressive and the
Yeah,
hair
we're gonna do
stuff
that list
Yeah.
one of these days.
Yeah. Oh, it gets better here, guys. Scorpions are going to release a new album and tour with Whitesnake.
Oh, fuck
Oh
yeah.
man!
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Man, I seen Scorpions back in the day, and I'll say their
My ears
drummer,
are
dude.
bleeding.
He played like a
You
15-minute,
have no case.
maybe longer solo that was just like I know. Like sometimes you know drummers like to show off, and you're just like, come on, get on with the show.
Yeah.
But dude, he was like throwing the sticks up.
Great.
and-
I saw them at Monsters of Rock with Van Halen and
Yeah.
Metallica and them back in the day, and they were really good.
Fun, man. Just a good time, dude.
I've seen
Just
Scorpions
fun.
3 times and never been let down.
Yeah,
really.
My White
Burn the
Snake
place
either.
down.
Yeah, just don't burn the place down. We've said that about Whitesnake before.
All right.
That's
These
Great
next
White.
These next two are for Josh Williams here. I know he'll. Please don't piss on my floor. It stains, and Kyle does it every damn show.
Every time.
You know.
I get excited.
I know you get excited just looking
Lick
at
it
me.
up.
Well,
But Volbeat and Clutch
Fucking A, I'm at that shit like a
will be
motherfucker.
No, I
Yeah.
hate Volbeat.
They
I'm
were-
gonna fucking kill him.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you.
Clutches up in
I
there.
got your
Yeah.
back, Kyle. We'll be suck a dick.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Okay,
They're gonna-
we got some soul beat or some Volbeat haters. I said soul beat.
They like
But
to-
hey, Clutch opening
Some of
up.
those days they're touring with
I
Gojira.
don't.
Oh,
I love
yeah,
Clutch.
yeah.
Okay.
I saw that too.
What Clutch lead?
I think most of us will agree Clutch ought to headline that. If you guys don't know Clutch or haven't seen them
Hey, as long as
live,
you get to see both
man.
of them, that's awesome.
Yeah, high energy. Great man.
Yeah, they're going to be touring. Here's the other one I know. God, man, I told you. Man, he's already wet number 4.
I'm gonna be on this one too. Go
I
ahead
know.
and say it.
Ministry and KMFDM and Frontline
Yeah,
Assembly.
he's gonna do the
Wow.
Aaron ought to be going to that.
We'll be
Terrible Thing to
touring.
Taste.
Oh,
Oh shit!
Yeah, they're celebrating
I would
30
fucking be
years
there.
of Mind in a
30
Terrible
years.
Waste. It's going to be doing that album and
Ministry.
yeah.
Yeah.
oh my God, can you imagine seeing
one of the best
Al
ones.
Jorgensen and those guys
I think it'd be
touring?
crazy
You know, I
to
can't
see
deny
them at the
mentioning
end.
my boys Tool. Their original bass player, Paul Diamar, now
Yeah.
plays bass
In Ministry.
for Ministry.
We
Yeah.
keep
Um,
going goddamn.
So
over
there's a
about
million
God.
reasons why I'd love to see Ministry, but that's just
I know. That's
you know
something he wasn't there
seeing
yet.
Paul with them, and
That's-
then
that's
getting to see
great.
KMFDM open up for him, dude.
And Frontline.
Thanks to
Assembly.
Aaron for
Probably have-
introducing me to that
Any
great
idea
band.
where that show's gonna be?
Well, I doubt they'll play Indianapolis. I know they're playing
Because-
Cleveland and Chicago
They-
and
they-
stuff like that.
Kyle, we posted for a reason.
Right.
You can read it.
No, he can't read.
Did-
Oh well, I know that's true.
I can read it on my phone.
I just got a message the other day that Kyle just now became a
Fuck
fan
you,
of the
I-
Imagine That page.
Yeah, he was
Kyle, who's been
He's
here since
every
day
damn
one,
time, and he didn't
was
even
not
like
even
the
a
page.
fan of our own page. Don't even support your own
Hey,
cause.
Hey, I liked
Excuses,
the thing,
excuses.
but I accidentally hit unlike.
Excuses are like Kyle's.
Well, what we
Everybody has-
actually
oh, wait a
did
minute.
was we tricked him. We told him there was porn on the website, and he
Yeah.
immediately joined it. Then
It was the
I
only
just
way
don't
we could get him to
understand it.
join.
Which I could change that, but
We told him it was
I can
gay
actually put
midget
it on
porn,
there.
and he was all about it. We told him it was gay midget
Probably
porn,
get
and he
more.
was like,
Probably get more likes.
game.
if he did.
do
But-
I have permission?
But my point about Ministry, they played the Egyptian Room a few years ago
yeah,
with Chelsea Wolf.
Yeah.
okay.
I would have loved to have gone to that.
3 times. Never seen so many needles on the floor in my life.
What?
I've seen Ministry a few times.
The
in
first
Gypsy
time-
Room, and there's needles all over the floor.
The
People
first
are
time I
That's-
saw him was at the
oh my God.
Murat, and
That's
it
fucking
was so loud it made my balls vibrate. It hurt.
I probably that's the same show. Was it Filth Pig '96?
Yep, Filth Pig.
Yep, that's when I saw the needles.
Man,
I gotta say something
I
real
couldn't
quick.
hear
This is
for 3
special, man.
days. I was deaf.
Sherman Stockton just tuned in and is watching live. Man, I know he's at that NOM convention. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, man.
Taking time out to watch
Hopefully
us.
you get some good connections out there,
California?
I'm not sure where that's at. But I know, I saw earlier Sherman posted some pictures. He's already met some huge names.
Nice.
Hopefully here in the near future we can have you on, Sherman, and
I really
maybe
want to
talk
go.
about that.
I really like to go to his shop and show some of the stuff that he does. If you follow his page and see the amazing work he's doing with the guitars and amps and stuff he's been doing, the pickups and all that, it's really cool for a Newcastle guy that we know loves music as much as we do.
Yeah, I personally know people that have had Sherman do work for them, and I've heard nothing but amazing things about the work he does. Phenomenal local musician. So Sherman, thanks for supporting us, buddy.
All right, let's get to the next story. I'm a big, huge Marvel fanatic, like most of the geeks out there. But they released the clip for Morbius. That's Jared Leto playing the vampire from the Spider-Man comics back in the day.
Me and April just watched that last night. We had no idea about it. It was
And if
badass.
you watch it, it shows a cool clip of Spider-Man in the movie. Michael Keaton at the end of it too, from the Spider-Man, and there's a little hint of Venom. All together, collaborate. This could be huge with getting all the guys together to finally get Venom and Spider-Man and all of them together.
That's gonna
man.
be great.
That's going to be killer. I can't wait.
It's gonna be better than that.
So,
I'm sure
I'd like
better
to
than that
punch him in the
Batman
face. He's
coming out
not
with
going
Sparkle
to get
and
after it.
Robert
Let's
Peterson.
beat him up.
So
Fuck
this
you,
is
Jared
I'm glad
Leto.
this is
You
something.
coming on the show? We'll fuck you up.
Oh my God!
Great.
Now we're
Now
gonna
we
have
got a new
Jared
guy.
Leto after
Plays
right.
Now we
the
got a new guy
shittiest
coming after
Joker
us.
ever.
Thank you.
I'll be your Harley.
Man. What does that do? Lick ass.
That Morbius will be out this summer.
Yeah, that's going
Play
to be
better
good.
tunes out of my ass.
It
Anyway.
was like an ICP Joker.
Juggalo Joker. Hey.
Oh shoot.
He's a Joker card. Okay, I'll shut
It
up.
was terrible.
I hate that band, but I would love.
Band.
He's talking about ice.
whatever they are. I would
30
love
seconds
to.
to Mars.
I would love
Oh,
to go to
okay. Let
the
us-
gathering at some point.
Well,
So
it's
he's
going to be in Ohio here real soon. I got it on our website. You can.
Well, let's go to the gathering, motherfuckers.
I don't know if I can handle a whole weekend of that crowd, but I mean they've got great bands. My friends in Green Jello play the Gathering sometimes. Guar plays the Gathering quite a bit. It's an amazing mixture of artists, man. Like talk about mixing genres.
Yeah.
It's I know Elvis is a big fan. We
I am
can't.
too, but
The Juggalos and Juggalettes are a weird crowd. I'll give them that, but
Fuck them.
nice people,
They
man.
can be
Very, very inviting.
it depends on who you come across.
Like
Some
any
are
crowd, man. There's goods and there's.
And
Some
They
of them
need
are like
to use the
families,
hacks
some
on
of them are just
themselves.
idiots.
the guys
Adam
from
Bertram,
Twisted
thanks
are
for
very
watching.
nice. I
Right.
ran into
Yeah,
them.
they're good people. I put this story down for you because I knew we always have to have one of these stories because I know how you are.
Okay, hit me with it.
Debbie Gibson will be on the musical version of Lucifer.
Interesting.
Debbie Gibson
Musical
and Lucifer,
version.
the same sentence, is something I thought I
And
would
she
never
will
hear.
indeed be singing on the show.
I'm gonna steal her hat.
She plays like
Hell yeah.
a person that flies helicopters for a hospital or something. And of course she gets to sing, so I knew I had to tell you about that.
What is Lucifer? Is that like a?
That's my favorite person.
Like that Fox show.
I mean, I know.
He's the devil.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
I guess
he
I-
goes around tricking people and stuff like that. But apparently Debbie Gibson, that proves I think
Odd,
she did sell
man.
her soul to the devil.
That's
And,
the only reason
she has to be on this TV show and sing now. So
Yeah.
Weird, man.
I just
Of all the people they could
I
get.
just thought that was
Maybe
hilarious.
next will be Tiffany.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Tiffany's fat now.
Hey, man.
Yeah, you have great taste in music.
What the hell?
No, I just said she's fat. I didn't mean I like
Wow.
her
Did he take
music.
a fucking chat
She
show
used
this
to be
morning?
sexy.
Yeah, man. He keeps talking away, don't he?
Chatty
guy.
fucking. I don't even know what to call him.
Ugliest man on the planet.
I know that.
All right, I got one last story, and this one kind of hits home a little bit. And it proves sometimes I'm not lying about stuff that I say on here, but
Sometimes.
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 Don't believe everything here.
But saying that, music is the best medicine, I posted this story on here and I thought it was really cool where they posted a study where memories, music in your brain cannot be lost.
Yep.
And actually, Alzheimer or dementia people, when they can still recognize a song when it's played.
Yep.
And I always say this because this is really weird with what I went through health-wise. I was in the hospital for a couple of months, and I was in a coma for 3 weeks. And the one funny thing, Tina started playing music that I was accustomed to, like some Ozzy and stuff like that. And I woke up.
Wow, dude, that's
When
amazing.
I started hearing the music playing in my ear,
That's
when she
awesome.
started doing it, I actually woke up out of the coma.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that is, man. That's really something
So
special.
I when I saw this story, it just really hit home to me. But it says if you're especially into a piece of music, your brain does something called ASMH, which feels like a tingling sensation in your brain or your scalp. It's nature's own little buzz. It's a natural reward that is described by some as a head orgasm. What's comment? Fucking Kyle, I know you're not
I
gonna say
wasn't
anything
even
about
gonna
that.
say anything.
But
Yes, you
some
would.
even think that it explains why people go to church, for example, feeling the Lord, stuff like that. That same kind of vibe in your heart.
Euphoric?
Very
Yeah,
spiritual.
yeah.
Euphoric?
So
Yeah, very spiritual.
music is magical in
It
some
truly
regard.
is medicine.
I
Like
mean-
you said many times before.
And this study really proves it, and it's on our website. You really ought to read this. I mean, the magic of music and unbelievable.
Oh, that's Scott's phone.
Oh,
Ignore that for a minute.
Yeah, shit.
I'll just say on that, man, we've talked about before, music is subject, a lot of, like, I think something so magical about music, some songs you know what they're about, but other songs, different people will get different meanings from those songs. But no matter what it's about, it makes us feel great.
Yeah.
There's music that, it can make you feel sad, it can make you feel happy. It's awesome that they done a study on this
Yeah,
and found out.
it's really incredible, and like I said, it hit home with me. I'm proof that music can heal the soul, and
Same.
probably heal even more if
Same.
actually they do some more studies on
If you're a
this.
true music
Yeah.
fan, you like all kinds of genres of music, not just
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, open your
Right.
mind. I've said before, no matter what the subject matter is,
And didn't you tell me
you know,
the
music's-
song that woke
good
you
music's
up
good
finally
music,
was
man.
It's Raining Men?
Yeah, right.
Especially live.
yeah, absolutely, dude. Live, yeah, going to see a show.
And you can hear something on a CD.
Kind of
you're
like, you
you
said.
see it live, and it's like a whole different story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
being around people,
Especially live music,
collective
right.
Yeah.
movement. That's why we always try, we try to get out and support our local friends that are playing music around here. I know it always helps us feel great.
It does.
Seeing people you know and you love doing something they're passionate about, it's just great, man. Music's great for everybody.
Yeah.
And Mike, you say it time and time again, man. Music is the best medicine.
Yeah,
And kind of like Mike, I have a similar story when I was in the hospital for 11 days. That one of the things that helped me through it was the fact that I had a headset. I'd sit there and listen to,
I
Manson,
think it can
Slayer.
really heal you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can evoke emotions, make us feel nostalgic, feel anything, it can change your mood in a matter of seconds.
Absolutely.
And that's powerful, man.
There's songs you hear that when you hear them, it takes you back to a certain time.
Absolutely, man.
Smells, certain smells,
Yeah.
anything, all kinds of things.
Wait a minute.
And
Wait a minute.
Mike's onto something.
Scooby? You know what? I smell.
Sex and candy?
Kyle has his own pussy candle that he's made.
oh,
That's a real
I knew
story.
what story you're going for. Fucking
real
gross.
Yeah, Gwyneth Paltrow made a candle. Smells like her vagina.
Unbelievable.
So Kyle made his own,
Did you say
Is this for
and
real?
it's actually a very
Gwyneth
He said
Paltrow.
virgin.
I thought Mike said virgin.
well. He is a virgin vagina. So
He
I
said
mean, that's fine.
virgin.
But
never learned how to say it
that is,
right.
that is an awful stench. It's like dead possum or something. I mean,
I'll say, just be happy the smell of vision
and
has
you
not
can
been
own it
invented
yourself
yet.
for $39.95. We have Kyle Pussy Candles. We'll be selling online here real soon.
Yeah, our merch line is coming,
Be
and that'll be
afraid.
the first product.
Be very afraid.
You know.
No, that'll be $1,000 Patreon.
California people
the-
don't know reality.
Don't buy the face
That-
cream.
Yeah,
We've got to apologize for the small size, but you know
Yeah.
they're replicas of Kyle's testicles.
Also,
the
not
wick
to
is his
be
penis.
confused with the Bill Dildo coming soon.
Oh my god.
It's a
I'm not
keychain.
even going to comment on that.
Oh man.
$3.99
So
plus
Scott,
tax.
you're gonna be the butt plug?
Yes, an inflatable butt plug. Yes, that's
Can't we
what-
just make it
Oh,
$6.99?
you can blow on the end of it?
Yes,
We're
absolutely.
doing butt beads.
Okay, the boss is coming. The boss is coming.
Oh,
Now time to move on.
I know.
The
Uh,
butt plug
no.
will be $6.66.
Thank God we've been saved.
All right.
Anyway,
Anyway,
This week we're doing the top 10 soundtracks of all time, and then you gotta wait for this one. We're gonna go through and tell some of the most crazy Imagine Karma record stories, maybe that we interacted with customers, and mine's very dirty, but
brace yourself for these
uh,
stories. man.
I can never get this out of my head. I actually have nightmares about it sometimes. But let's start with some top 10 soundtracks. I kind of want to go around because since we're blessed to have all the guys in here.
It's special, man. It's
you
a
know,
special day
Uh,
here at the Imagine
Eric.
Studios.
give me what's one or two of your ultimate soundtracks that you just can't live
I
without.
like The Crow's #1.
Yeah, that's one of my
That's
all-time
probably-
favorites.
I like Beavis and Butthead Experience.
Oh yeah,
You just took two right off of my list, brother. Hey, we're children of the '90s,
There you
so
go, right?
you know those were two very
That's
iconic
cool.
soundtracks.
That's cool.
Natural born killers.
Yeah.
Josh, Natural Born Killers.
Lost Boys.
You
Lost
guys are
Boys.
ruining my
That's on my
list,
list, too.
man.
Oh, I got another one for you, man.
Yeah.
Singles.
That's on my list too.
My list has already been spoken.
Soundgarden should be
Yeah.
Yep, there you go, man.
Yeah.
fuck y'all from Hall of Fame.
What about you?
Here's my 10.
All right.
Forrest Gump.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Great,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Number 9 here,
What the
rather,
hell?
He went from 10 to 2.
is
46 and 2.
Up in Smoke. And
Yeah.
what we were talking about earlier with the things that just come back into your head. I get the riff from
It's
Eric, my eye.
Eric.
Earache My Eye in my head all the time. At any point, like I'll just start going da 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 da.
Yeah.
I did it.
Your mama
I've done it at the Wine and Dairy Queen. Didn't realize I was doing it. It's just so memorable.
Korn put that on one of their albums, man.
Yeah.
Queen of the Damned soundtrack.
Yeah.
That's on my list too.
Which, there we go. See?
Well, you stop talking. You're giving away his list.
I didn't actually have Queen of the Damned, so it's fine.
Beyond the
Juice! That's a good one!
You're in the Hall of Fame. You beat the Hall of Fame people.
Beyond the Valley of the Dolls at 8.
It's a good one.
I don't know that
Good
one.
one. 7, you'll probably have this. Friday the 13th, Part 3.
It's a good
Okay.
one.
Demon Knight.
Josh,
Demon
yeah.
Knight.
stop.
Demon Knight was good.
7.
The Crow at 6.
There we go,
5,
another Crow.
Heavy Metal.
Awesome, dude.
4, you will have Halloween. 3,
Just that theme song.
Phantasm. 2,
Cool.
Easy Rider. And number
Easy
1,
Rider.
Animal House.
Animal House is #1.
Yeah.
I have that on vinyl, man. I found that at like a.
I have 2 vinyl copies of it.
Oh yeah, I don't know if that's necessary,
I
but
didn't hear one.
Animal House.
I found that vinyl at like a pawn shop somewhere for like $1 or $2. I was
It's
like, I
a lot
gotta
of
have
50
that.
songs.
Yeah, it's actually a really good soundtrack.
I just remember the movie, but I don't remember the song.
What's during that toga party, that song that they're all singing
Louie
together?
Louie?
Yeah, Louie Louie. I always think of that scene, man. oh, what's his name?
Jim Belushi.
Yeah, Jim Belushi dancing that song. That was
Yeah.
freaking awesome, dude.
All right, Bill. Read all yours off.
Okay, man, I made some big notes about these. Like, these guys have already taken most of mine. But let's see. Let me start at instead of starting at number 1, I'll start at number 10. Go be back forward. All right, so I put 8 Mile on there. The main reason I put 8 Mile on there is just because I got into working out in my early to mid 20s, and I think that song "Lose Yourself" is like the
It's
greatest
the most motivating song ever.
inspirational song since Rocky made "Eye of the Tiger" famous.
Yeah,
you know,
really.
like if I was on the treadmill and I felt like I was running out of steam, I could put "Lose Yourself" on there and, you know, get me an extra half a mile out or whatever. That song just really gets me fired up. Even my dad, man, loathes rap music, but he gets into "Lose Yourself." So I put that on there. Let's see. Gosh, I wrote too many notes. It was late when I was making this list.
Right on, Mark.
Let's see. Here's a weird one that a lot of people might not think of for its music. Superbad, you know, which was a comedy back in 2007. Oddly enough, Bootsy Collins from P-Funk, Funkadelic, and his brother helped compose that. They actually made original songs for the movie. I had that DVD, and it's got an extra feature just about the music. So check that out if you guys are a fan of funk music. It's really killer. I put Forrest Gump on there. I just think when it comes to soundtracks, man, you can't deny that. That helped make that movie the great movie that it is, man. Just classic songs that really capture the moments in time. But let's see, number 5, another one that just a great mixture of classic and current music. Pulp Fiction. Quentin Tarantino's his movies are so weird, but he's phenomenal with picking the music that just suits him right. Yeah, he's got a new one coming out. We'll be looking forward to that. But number 4, I agree with Eric on this. Beavis and Butthead Do America. It was good for us 90 fans. Had some cool stuff on it. Let's see. Then I put number 3. I agree with, I think it was Richie that rattled this one out. Singles, which was, I mean, that pretty much epitomized the Seattle grunge scene. You know, a lot. Yeah, the
all
movie.
those guys in the movie too. Just
You know, the Mother Love Bone. That's just such a sad story. Their album was getting ready to come out, and their singer, what was his name? Andrew Wood. Yeah, he passed away just days before that album was released. But Stone Gossard and Jeff Ament was part of that band, and after he passed away, that's when what was no, not Pearl Jam, Temple of the Dog. Yeah, they came out and helped make those guys huge. That Temple of the Dog album's great, and then of course, yeah, Pearl Jam was formed, and they're all in that movie too. Yeah, so I mean, if you want to feel nostalgic for the '90s, yeah, Singles is where it's at. Number 2, I actually put both Crow movies. The 1994 version had a really cool soundtrack, but better than that was 96's Crow City of Angels. That's got a rarity for Korn. Korn's been a favorite band of mine for a long time, but a lot of Korn fans might not know the song Sean Olsen.
Great song.
Yeah, dude, just the riff in that song, man, it just takes me back. I wish I could see them play that live.
I had that thing on audio tape.
Yeah, cool.
Hole's version of Gold Dust Woman on it.
Yeah, dude, that's a great freaking, probably the best thing Hole ever did. You know, yeah, yeah, we've all got some Hole jokes. Yeah, what's that? Rob Zombie did a version of Casey and the Sunshine Band's Boogeyman. That's freaking awesome. So that's just another killer.
Danzig was on there?
Yeah, Danzig was on there. Just great, man. Mixture of awesome music. And my number 1, I couldn't go without mentioning, it's a favorite movie of mine too. Natural Born Killers, man, that soundtrack is just off the chain.
You need
L7's
to get after a character.
Shit List, Rock and Roll N-Word, I'll say. Jane's Addiction's on that. 2 Nine Inch Nails songs. I think Trent Reznor might have produced that soundtrack.
I think he did the theatrical shit for it too.
Yeah. Patsy Cline, Back in Baby's
A lot
Arms,
of
and
great
that.
use of that in the movie.
um,
too.
Did you see where Danzig's gonna be putting a new album out?
Yeah, those Elvis songs, we talked about that. But I got Juliette Lewis, I've talked about it before. Phenomenal actress, but she did have a band for a while.
You can ever do
But-
shit about talking about her. I mean,
See,
you're-
hey, I'm passionate about what I'm passionate
Sounds
about.
bad.
You know,
Cool, man.
you guys are lucky. Maynard's not done.
You
You
need to
know.
get after a character.
Yeah, kinda. But yeah, when she does Naturally Born Bad in that
Yes.
movie, dude, that's just freaking
She's so fucking hot.
beautiful, beautiful.
Just got done watching what.
Oh,
There's a
Gilbert
Manson
Grape.
song on that.
Yeah,
Um,
Alright.
you know, but anyway, that's my list.
How about you?
Thanks for listening.
All right.
That was great, Phil.
The boss has spoken.
As I always say, pre my list, I don't say my number one till the end. The rest are just random. One of mine, Forrest Gump, agreeing with the peanut gallery here. Also on my list is Grease. Great soundtrack.
Yeah, man, I almost put Grease 2.
Judge
oddly
me if
enough.
you want, but I don't really care.
Classic.
Natural Born Killers.
Of course,
I can't say nothing about that.
gotta be on there.
Rocky Horror Picture Show. Come
I
on.
should have had.
Nobody?
Oh, wow, yeah.
Nobody but me? Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Unpopular opinion, I'm not a fan. I'm sorry.
Saturday Night Fever.
Yep.
Travolta.
Great disco.
Great
Soundtrack.
soundtrack.
Disco sucks.
It's a classic.
Unlike Kyle, he thought I'd have Friday the 13th. I do not. I have Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh
Because
yeah, dude.
That shit was just creepy as hell.
Tuesday night.
Yeah, the one, two, buckle my shoe. Yeah, Kenny's a big Nightmare on Elm Street fan. Yeah.
I didn't
yeah.
say Dawkins. Anyway,
Were we about to break out into a Dawkins?
no. I love him. I love Dawkins.
We were. You weren't. We did.
I was singing.
The peanut gallery's having more fun than you are.
Yeah, we
Anyway,
can hear.
Since I couldn't pick one, I'm just going to say this. All of Rob Zombie's films have phenomenal soundtracks.
I can't believe
Yes,
I failed
yes,
to mention
yes.
that.
Whether you like the movies or not, the soundtracks to them are fucking killer. He
You
picks
all right.
songs so well. And I'm going to say the same thing for this. Tarantino. All of his soundtracks are killer.
Yeah, back up to Zombie, dude. I got to see him do some of those songs live, like House of a Thousand Corpses.
Oh, yeah.
He opened up one year with his theme to Halloween.
Yeah.
And seeing those live, just freaking badass.
Oh, yeah,
man.
absolutely.
So I got to
Absolutely.
agree with that. Good call. I can't believe I forgot it.
Yeah.
Sorry, man.
And my last two, real quick. Even though it's an album, it is also the soundtrack to the movie.
Rush.
Pink Floyd, The Wall.
Oh, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Good
So-
call. Good call.
I kind of don't think of it as a soundtrack, but it is.
Technically
It
it is.
absolutely
It's
is,
a movie.
man. It absolutely is.
And then my number one of all time, of course, Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
Which, happy birthday, John Carpenter, a couple days ago. So
Awesome.
What songs are on that?
it's just all his composer.
Okay,
stuff.
okay.
Star Wars.
I've never really thought of that
That's
as a music, you know.
Yeah, he composed it all himself. He wrote it all.
Okay, awesome,
The
dude.
Doors was a good soundtrack.
Yeah, that's another one, dude.
And I can't not mention singles, of course. But
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, so here's the ball, the ball busting.
Our second boss.
I'm going to rattle off some honorable mentions like I always do because there's a lot of soundtracks and there's so many great ones to choose from. But these are the ones nobody announced or said anything about. Reservoir Dogs,
I
Another
said
Tarantino, yeah,
okay. But yeah,
Oh Brother Where Art Thou,
I forgot that when I had that on my list, man. Great bluegrass soundtrack.
Footloose.
Yes,
Kick
dude.
off your Sunday shoes.
Even
You know
though I'm not a big fan of this one, but Bodyguard soundtrack was a huge soundtrack when I sold
It was,
albums
man.
yeah,
at Karma.
it was.
Yep.
Dirty Dancing, A Star Is Born.
Which one?
Well, don't matter.
Okay.
The original.
Um,
the new.
Rock and Roll High School,
Oh
Thank
yeah.
you.
Oh.
Top Gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, another good '80s one, man.
Okay, and then the ones that I kind of picked, Queen of the Damned.
Yeah, that was
another one.
mentioned.
I'm surprised nobody said heavy metal.
I think yeah,
Oh, you
Kyle
did?
put that on
Okay.
the list. Yeah,
I
good
just don't
call.
pay attention to Kyle most of the time. So.
Yeah,
Um,
we try not to.
No one said the Friday soundtrack.
Oh, those are good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude.
It's Ice Cube. How can you go wrong?
I think
Yeah,
somebody
yeah.
said Lost Boys. I think.
Yeah. Is that what you threw out, Eric?
This is another one that's popular still right now. Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack.
Yeah, I forgot about
that
how
was
good
on.
is.
Yeah, I YouTubed top 10
Yeah.
soundtracks, and that was on it.
And we got to say this one. If you guys, I'm dead serious. We always talk about working at Imagine a Karma, the Empire Record soundtrack.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
It's,
dude, how did we leave
really
that off?
close to our,
Reality bites.
really, it was really what we thought we kind of lived.
Yeah, absolutely.
One of my favorites, Judgment Night.
Oh, fuck.
That's
T-Man.
the mixing
Yeah.
the rap
The
and
rap.
the rock.
I forgot about that
Yeah, of
one.
course, the Dazed and Confused soundtrack.
Oh, shit.
Golly, see, that's what Mike always says, man. Like, we
Did
put our heads
Anybody
together.
say
No, shut up yet.
The boss got in trouble.
Well, she ruined my number one that nobody said,
No,
but
no, we didn't hear her.
so of course the Crow. Another one no one said that is an incredible soundtrack is the Easy Rider soundtrack.
I said that.
I don't listen to him, I guess. I just go
That's
into
hilarious.
Hold
I don't
on.
know,
Mike
listen to
totally
anything
did
Kyle
not.
Oh
says.
shit, you got him up.
Yeah, yeah.
Look, the boss got yelled at. Kyle's out of his chair.
Jeez.
Chaos is ensuing.
Whatever. This whole thing's going into spiral flames.
Um,
Sit the fuck down. Sit
Uh,
the fuck down. Quit looking around.
and of course, the Beatles, Hard Day's Night, and Help. Those were the
Yeah, dude.
soundtracks.
Yeah.
But
Great.
the one that my wife just ruined that is by far, I thought the number one album is the Purple Rain soundtrack that no one said. So
Yeah, that's funny. I've been rewatching all the Kevin Smith movies, and the Jay and Silent
I mean,
Bob
Singles
has
is
that.
right up there with me, but Purple Rain, you know, you grew up on that.
Colors.
It's got that Morris Day and the
Kids.
Time song.
Kids.
Not only
soundtrack.
was it a soundtrack, it was an
Remember-
album all on its own, and don't get
Yeah.
no better than that.
Yep.
Remember the
So,
kids.
Heck
that would
yeah,
be
dude.
my number one
Kids.
soundtrack.
I forgot that one.
Yeah. Well, I forgot the wall.
Well,
I mean, I couldn't
Eric
remember.
threw out a good one. Lost Highways has my favorite Marilyn
Yeah.
Manson song
Apple
on it.
Cider.
No, Long Hard Road Out of Hell. And Jennifer McCubbin's parts put
Yeah,
Maximum
I
Overdrive.
do like that.
I just
Uh,
watched that movie the other day.
Drive's a good one.
Yeah,
That-
I don't remember that soundtrack.
it's a lot of ACDC.
Uh,
I remember the
we
movie.
didn't hear from Kenny, man. What's your favorite soundtrack?
You got one?
I honestly, it was said earlier, but I think that the Queen of the Damned soundtrack is really great.
Heck yeah, dude. Who was in that?
Every
There was a
time
band
I play
in
that, I kind of think of you because you know that's
Oh, God.
you sung some songs and stuff like that.
Was Static X in that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Dave Graham, Korn.
There was a band playing. I can't remember who it
I
was.
think they were just musicians, wasn't they?
Yeah, maybe. Or it might have been Jonathan Davis's brother, like Edema, maybe. I don't know. I'll have to go back and watch it,
It
dude.
was.
Right, you're right.
It was
Okay.
Dima.
Because that's how we found it.
I had saw a Perfect Circle one night live, and went home that night and watched Queen of the Damned. And it was just it's a great movie with another great soundtrack.
And about that, since a lot of people said it, I highly suggest if you can find it, because the actual album release, it's all written by Jonathan Davis, but he had to have other singers do the songs because of copyright rights.
Okay.
But there is a version out there you can find that's actually Jonathan singing his own songs, which I do have.
Oh,
I
that's
highly
neat,
suggest finding it because it's phenomenal.
No one
yeah.
said Almost Famous.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
another good one.
Me too.
But yeah, like I said, Mike always says, it's funny how, it's hard to condense it down to just 10.
I mean,
But
soundtracks.
we
are,
all,
I thought this was really the hardest list ever because there's so many good soundtracks you grew up on. You saw the movie.
Yeah.
You kind
Yeah,
of felt
dude.
something here, and you're like, And,
like I said, I was up till it was daylight, man. I was making notes about all these, and that's part of the fun, doing all this stuff. It gives us a reason to go back and remember all this stuff.
Yeah.
all right.
So great list, fellas.
Yeah, great.
I forgot earlier we were talking about juggalos, and not like a minute later, David Lawson tuned in. Man, I thought that was just funny. Like
He is the
he must
ultimate-
have felt it in the air,
ultimate
man. His
juggalo.
ears must have been
Yeah,
burning.
he is ultimate. nice.
But if I missed anybody that's watching live, I apologize. We appreciate all you guys watching and participating.
Sorry if I
So-
offended anybody, but no, I'm not.
Nah, man, we love it. This was a special
well, it's
show.
about to get better now because now we're going to share some of the stories that we've had over the years. Some of them kind of stupid, some of them kind of dirty. And I think I'll start out just so we can get an idea of what this is all about. But when we talk about going and working in the store, having these two guys here, you wouldn't believe the craziness they shoot back and forth that you don't hear on the online. But I remember that time that Kyle walked in the door at Imagine, and out of nowhere, he just looked at you and goes, "Crawford, you look like a fat fucking Jesus."
Yeah, I remember that.
Totally
And I was
random.
just like, oh my God. I mean, I fell to the floor. We were laughing for like half hour. But he sit there and came in and goes, "You fat fucking Jesus."
Yeah.
And I mean, oh my
I
God.
was there on that one.
That was
Oh,
so
wow.
fucking
I
funny.
remember when my grandmother called me when she was still alive. I was at the store and my dad needed to go pick her up, and when I called him, I was still at the store, and when I said Grandma, he was like, "What Grandma?" And I'm like, "Well, it's not my Grandma Rose because she's fucking dead, and she's dying for you to pick her up." And everybody started laughing.
Good Lord. Yeah, if you got, you kids don't even really know what record stores are. But for you people that remember, Imagine was just such a great place, man. The door was always open. It was always. I never worked. I never worked for Mike, but every time I walked in there, I just got a warm, inviting feel. I never felt like I had to spend money. Of course, Mike appreciated if I spent money, but
Yeah.
just somewhere that was cool, man, to go hang out and talk about what we love, which is what we're doing now. It inspired this show.
This is probably my favorite story because I have nightmares about it still. But I was working at the Post Road in Washington, Karma, and you just got to picture this. This 400-pound black lady walks in with a big shoulder bag.
Be careful.
And she's just walking in, and, real nice lady, and she's like, "Do you sell tickets?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she goes, Do you have any Pazillion tickets?" And I was just like, "That's a hell of a lot of tickets, lady." And she
Like
was-
it's a number.
she just sit there and I was like, okay, whatever. She didn't get that one. But she walks over to the counter and she takes this big bag and she plops it down on the counter, and this bag started shaking
What?
and it's vibrating across the counter.
Lord have mercy.
And I'm like going, what the fuck is this, And I'm not kidding, this
Kids
thing
cover
was
your ears.
shaking across the counter. So me and the other guy were looking at her like, what the hell is this? She pulls out of her bag a dildo this freaking big.
Wow.
She stole it off you, Kyle.
Yeah. And right in front of us all, turns it off, and she just looks at us, and we're just like, and she puts it back in the bag, and she just walks out, and both of us, I'm not joking, fell on the floor, kicking and laughing as this lady just was embarrassed by this thing. It was the
I'm
biggest
sure.
thing I've ever seen in my life.
You did Lysol the table, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Plot twist to that
I
story,
mean,
it was
oh my
Kyle's
God.
first girlfriend.
And
it's-
only girlfriend.
oh my God. That was something that I will never forget, and I still have nightmares about.
I don't have a reply to what Crawford just said, but fuck you.
Did you even say anything?
No, I said that. See how
You got
oblivious this
voices in
guy
your
is.
head, motherfucker.
I just was like, I don't even know why I should respond to that.
And I'm sure that's not even, that's just a smidgen of,
I can't even get into the stories of people that are all messed up on drugs or whatever else that came in there. We're all
Being,
being
yeah.
stupid, but we're not going to get
Kyle.
into that.
the neighborhood you were in, and what you said, Indy, Greenfield, Newcastle. I'm sure you've seen some.
Oh my God.
Scott, man, give us a story, brother.
You got any?
For
Do I?
all the years, Scott was one of my favorite employees back then. That's probably the first time I ever met you, dude.
Yeah. Most of them I can't tell on air.
Yeah, I know there's so many
A
more.
lot of them involve the back room.
Yeah.
A lot of them involve after
That
hours.
sounds pretty bad right there. I was not working with them when they
A
talked
lot
about
of
the back room.
A lot of stuff. Anyway,
Hey, you guys shared your
I
stories,
think we
man.
all have stories about the back room.
I have
never
one.
will.
I had in my head already as you started telling the one about Post Road. It's kind of similar, and I'm not sure I ever even told you it happened because I was so disturbed by it.
Oh no.
Okay,
NC-17.
I'll be as clean as I can. I was at the store at night by myself like usual, and this girl came in, and I could clearly tell she was not in her right mind, and she was trying to make money. Okay,
Be
Interesting.
careful.
I am. I'm being as clean as I can be.
How much she costs?
And no. Well, that probably was offered. I don't remember, but I remember
I'm sorry,
this.
I didn't mean
She had a old grocery sack, like the paper ones, and she set it on the counter. And she said, "I want to know if you're interested in buying these." I said, "Okay." I figured it was movies or CDs.
Yeah.
Right.
I unwrapped the bag. I opened it, and it was a collection of vibrators,
Oh my god.
Good lord.
used. And I
Oh,
said,
Did
man.
they smell?
I don't know. I didn't get that close. I opened them, saw what it
Yeah,
was,
you
and
did.
immediately went, we have these packaged already. I don't believe we buy them pre-used.
I actually remember going. And I was opening up the Greenfield Karma one day,
And
and
you got-
I walked up to the front door, and there's this box, and I opened this box, and it was full of sex toys.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell? You leave this in front
Like
of
somebody
the
just
store?
left it?
How much did you pay for it?
Oh,
So-
no, I know.
Well, so anyway, I tell her we can't buy them, and then I got her phone number, and I got a hold of her later. So that's just
He
one.
still
story.
has them to this day.
Oh my
The collection
God.
is in my drawer at home.
You guys
Oh,
watching
shit.
it, man. If you guys have any stories, chime in.
If you have any vibrators for sale, get a hold of
You
me.
guys got any to? Yeah.
My, I got plenty of stories, but just because Scott's here.
Oh God! Why do they all revolve around me?
Oh, I'm sure Richie has.
Because
Could you
Because
have your own orbit?
You were fun to
I
visit.
was actually working in the store one night, and I didn't. It was kind of mellow in there, and this one younger guy. He couldn't have been 20 years old. Kept on going in and looking at, like, trying to check out the movies. You know what I mean? In the sex room. You
The
know?
back room. Okay.
Yeah.
The infamous back room.
And I was just like, I don't know, probably 2 or 3 times. I'm like, man, is there something I can help you with? Is there something I can do for you? He's like, no, man, I'm just looking, And I was like, I can tell, but if you need something, let me know. And so he made a few rounds, and he kept on peeking and stuff like that. And then I was sitting there thinking, man, this guy's starting to piss me off a little bit because he won't get anything or nothing like that. And then he goes back around for I think it was the second or third time, and I'm sitting there thinking, man, I gotta get this guy out of the store. He's gotta buy something or something like that. And then Scrawford walks in and notices that the guy is standing there looking in the sex room, and he goes, "Don't worry, they don't have any Christy Canyon. I bought them all."
I can totally see
Which
him
back in the
saying
day, Christy Canyon was Scrawford's favorite porn star ever.
Still is.
He would brag about her
Okay.
like he knew her personally.
I did meet her.
But he not only knew her, he knew her fans. Like he knew this guy by the porn person that this guy knew.
Is
So
that the guy that the van full of shit and everything that came
Oh
there?
yeah.
Oh,
Tony.
Yeah.
Tony
Here's
is.
the back,
Okay.
here's the back room, man.
Yeah.
I forgot about all
His
that.
pack rat. He could barely fit in that van.
There's plenty.
Oh, I know. I
Oh
know.
God.
Damn.
No. Anybody else? You guys anything? Or?
I remember the day that Death Magnetic came out, and
Yeah.
it was pretty much unannounced. And you,
That's Metallica. That wasn't unannounced.
I didn't know about it.
Whose fault's that?
Okay, fuck you.
how did you not know?
Make the
So-
mouse sore.
But
When
I
did
just
Rick Rubin
remember
produce
walking
that?
to the store to get that record, and fucking you had Michaela there. It was one of the first times I met her, and it was that store being open from the time I was 14 when it opened. I was in my mid-20s when it closed. That store was the greatest time of my life, man.
Okay, cool.
Thank you.
Hey, me
Cool.
too.
Yeah, that's about the only thing I had to say about it. I mean, I've got a million
Yeah.
stories, but I owe meeting and knowing you guys to that store. And out of all the things I miss about home, Newcastle is not having that store.
Yeah.
It was a sad day when it had to close.
But the best thing about it is it's brought us all together, and here we are again, stronger and better than ever. So we got this going on. So
Yep.
I don't know, guys. I think that's it for this week.
Yep.
Anything else?
No. Just thanks for tuning in, everybody.
My band's got a show.
Yeah. Hey.
Oh yeah, let's pitch that.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Richie Huckabee. If you guys don't know, this is his
He's
new.
got a new band.
Well, it's not a new band, but he's a new member.
My band, Bizarre Noir. We have a show playing at the Doom Room. Actually, on the 25th of January, which is next Saturday, a week from today.
Where's the Doom Room?
It's in Lafayette.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be playing maybe the Town Tavern or some other places here real soon. So follow him on Facebook and things like that. Keeping tabs with him. I'm sure he'll be jamming here real soon. So
When is that show? The Doom Room show?
It's the 25th of January. It's next Saturday.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You might mention the name again. Of your band.
Bizarre Noir. It's on my shirt. You can't really read it. But we are, if you can check out the Doom Room website, we are on the list as, we possibly could get an award as the best band
Awesome.
that's played down there. I guess been down there multiple times, played down there. So
voted.
go and vote.
Show.
Stage show, yeah.
Cool.
So you go to the Doom Room website and we can vote there.
Yep. You can
Awesome.
check it out
Awesome,
on
dude.
Facebook and everything like that.
Awesome, man. We sure will.
Local band.
Yeah, support your
Yes,
local music,
cool,
man.
We're all
That's what
about
it's
it.
all about.
Everybody around here, everybody everywhere.
Speaking of, Anthony
Yeah,
Thompson just tuned in. He's a big local musician. We always support Sam.
Yep.
There's all kinds of them. If you guys go back and watch our previous shows.
All right.
Okay,
Well,
guys.
that's about it, guys.
Yep.
Thank you guys for coming. This has been a blessing to have everybody around here.
Thanks
Music's
for
the
having
best
us.
medicine.
Appreciate it.
Follow our website. Imagine that
Please do.
online. Get all the posts to everything before anybody else. I swear it'll be the best thing you ever did. All right, guys. That's it.
Get your pole.
All right.